You don't have a lag, do you? And
I
your
think
shit make me
so.
nervous, bro. Golly, Mary, what up?
What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing
You
today,
know,
Ham?
you know how your internet is. Blink twice. I just want to make sure your shit on time. Alright, cool.
That's
Good,
my
good.
fault, but I just asked you how you doing.
Oh yeah, man. I'm doing the right thing. I seen you yesterday. Let me see that shirt though.
Oh, that's right, y'all.
Shit like that. Shit like
Shit
that.
like that. Shit like that. Y'all see that?
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit
No
like that.
doubt, no doubt. Q is good.
Ain't shit sitting here with the this might be risky
Word,
tea.
Shit
word,
like
word,
that.
word,
Shit
word. I
like
like
that.
your
Shit like
outfit
that. Shit
too.
like that.
You feel me? Got the little sports jacket joint, you know what I mean?
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
In my opinion.
She makes a lot. Alex, the part where she said, so if you heard the whole clip, if you heard her speak after this, because I've seen her on a couple panels to do my due diligence, she was saying that people are making bad choices and they think they have other options. But really, if a woman makes a bad choice with the man that she picks and he's not in the child's life, barring being deleted or something like that, then she need to live that up, focus on herself, and take care of that kid. It shouldn't be somebody else's burden.
So what is your question?
What do you think about that sentiment in its entirety? Because it says um, people got to make better choices. They think there's other options out there.
I always start by saying this, that I'm not a parent yet. I can only
Mhm.
speak from the seat that I sit in. I think when it comes to having kids, it's not just on the woman. It's not. And the conversation, the narrative is always just the woman, the woman, the woman, the woman, the woman. Now, I do feel like if he presented himself as an ain't shit nigga before you had kids, don't be surprised when you have a child with him and he's acting said way. I do believe in that. And I also do know and understand that people change. They don't show their true colors and so forth and so forth. Um, I think when people decide to have children, it's a two-way street. And I don't think that because said situation didn't work out with the child's father, that the mother doesn't deserve love and that she doesn't deserve to want to have, you know, the family unit that she desires. Now, does that mean that she's going to have to date? That means that when she goes out and she's dating, she's going as a package deal. Don't be with someone who isn't understanding of what your lifestyle is and understanding that, hey, I have a child, and to love me is to also love my child. And if we're going to go in this, you're not just dealing with me, you're also dealing with that person. If this is not something that you are ready and willing to step up to, then please leave me alone.
I want to get some people with some experience in it. If you don't mind, Mary or Mr. White, whoever can go first.
Um, I agree with Q. I feel like taking care of another man's kids, like that's strength. I feel like raising kids that are not yours, it requires nothing less than strength. Like I think that's very important, and I also don't feel like kids should miss out just because their parents made the wrong decision. Um, my son, of course, is not from my marriage, but he's my son's 8, and my husband has been in his life since he was 3. If since his father is in and out, his biological father is in and out, he has to ask my husband permission to get him. So I mean, I feel like a lot of that dynamic falls under who the woman is and what she's gonna stand for. Like I said, my husband been in my son's life since he was 3, so you call the shots. So when it come to my son's father randomly once a year being like, "Hey, can I get him?" I'd be like, "You got to ask his dad." Like, and that's just what it is. Like, it's just the way the dynamic is. I don't think it makes said man weak. If you want to handle the situation in a weak way and be in the background, that's on you.
Okay, I think that's a key point you just made. The empowerment, right? You gave control to your husband, so now he deals with that situation. I think that makes a huge difference, and I'm not sure that is common. Mr. White, so shout out to Mary. Mr. White, what you think?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna say they're weak, but I'm not gonna say it's a sign of strength too. A lot of times men do it and they do it for a stupid reason. Like they're not even prepared or aware of everything that comes with it. And they don't find out until they're already married or they're already with this person. And then they live a life in which they're not happy and they feel like Camp's question, what's the return on the investment? right? Oh, I can't talk to the kid because they haven't established all of that in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So I think the majority of the men who do it, most of them are stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, just they just don't. They have no idea what they're getting themselves into, and I see it all the time. Yeah, well, I ain't know this, and I couldn't do this, and it's like, well, you didn't think to see if y'all were on the same page prior to. You know what I'm saying? So like, with me and my wife, we had all of that. Listen, they're gonna be treated like they're my kids. Period. I'm gonna have a say so. This is how I'm gonna move. If you're not aligned with that now, we are not going forward. If I want to beat the kids, I'm beating the kids. I have no problem with beating up their dad too. You know what I'm saying? So if it's not gonna go like so now, it's gonna be no surprises at all, right? And for me, I ended up changing the way I discipline my kids. That wasn't her idea. She's like, all right, cool. But I fell back from physically disciplining my kids as much because I don't want to come on like that. But that was my decision. You know what I'm saying? So I really think men are not equipped to deal with it. You'll be surprised how many men don't even feel like they can speak to kids in their own home. Kids walk in the crib right by it. I wish one of them niggas would. But that's not established in the beginning. So I think men take it on because they get, oh, you taking care of somebody's kids. That's what's up. Not knowing what they getting themselves into, y'all.
Yeah. Chef, single man perspective. What you think?
I think one thing, and Chiefs slightly touched it, the pair bonding aspect, right? I think we miss how much influence, right? Your spiritual, physical, all that connection has on the imprint of a woman, right? And Q spoke on this as well. It's just like, look, like no matter if the quote unquote love is gone, your imprint is always going to be on that woman, right? So, you know, Chief mentioned if she gets to a point where she gets bitter and all the other stuff, that's on her to deal with, you know, to heal from and all the other stuff. But you got to consider, like, it's the reason why I don't think women should be sleeping with a whole bunch of men, because that pair bonding aspect, you might get one, maybe two guys in your lifetime where your body is physically connected to that man up until, you know, your DNA, right? So anything he does automatically affects you, right? The raising of your children, how he leads, all the other stuff, right? So when you don't do that, when you out here thotting and bopping men and women, and we're not taking none of that stuff seriously, we don't really consider that connection as wholesome. So it's just like, yeah, I'm still a father. I'm here for my children, but I'm not connected to you. That woman kind of has a right to look at you crazy, right? Because it's like, yo, like we were meant to be connected in this way, et cetera, et cetera. But that also depends whether or not the situation was called for it to be serious or not, right? Sometimes it's just frivolous sex and you're just out here doing whatever. But in terms of that connection, that's all I'm speaking to. That connection is something we don't really consider as serious.
Word. Isha, what you think, Playboy?
I was raised by my stepdad. And he didn't treat us any different than his other kids. And now that my mom is not here, I can still call him and ask him. Like if I call him today, like I need $500, I'm getting the $500. And he was just like, when he introduced me to his friends or family, those are my kids. Me and my older brother, those are my kids. So I really do think that it takes a strong man. It takes strength to raise somebody else's kids, even to the point when my own biological father pissed me off. My stepfather was mad because we are his kids. My son was raised by a stepdad. To this day, I'm no longer married to him, but his family is still very active in my son's life. Like every weekend, they send him allowance. They're in his life. So